Today on Eagle News, a march takes place to raise awareness for immigrants, a bad storm wrecks multiple areas in Oregon, and Georgia Southern students compete in the ultimate competition. Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to Eagle News. I'm Chris Smith. A powerful windstorm destroyed areas in Oregon this past Friday. The citizens of Oregon and crew members worked diligently to restore those areas. Our CNN affiliate, John Hendricks, has the latest news.
On Southeast King Boulevard in Beaverton, it's hard to see the damage, but you can sure hear the power of Friday's windstorm.
So it was about 7:30 on Friday.
For Emily Fogg and her family, they've been living in the dark.
My husband came running back and said, "Oh my God, the tree fell." And then we found the tree did fall.
In fact, their whole neighborhood is without power.
But it didn't hit the house at all. So we're really lucky there. But it hit power lines, so we have down power lines back here, but we're just staying away.
Across the metro area in Lake Oswego, one of these many PGE crews working around the clock is trying to cut through brush and get power restored.
We are literally going street by street to get people back up and running.
PGE says they've made repairs to sites that would get the greatest number of people back online first. Now they're focused on getting all those smaller outages fixed, but there are a lot of them.
We are going to keep at it full force until every last customer is back up.
Extra crews have been brought in to help from as far away as Spokane and Idaho.
We have live wires that are down, and they're unsure when it'll be resolved just because everybody's power is out as well.
But for Fogg, they're ready for this mess to be cleaned up and the lights turned back on.
It's ready for it to be over with.
Reporting in Beaverton, John Hendricks, Fox 12 Oregon.
The residents of Texas marched in Dallas to raise awareness for the issues regarding immigrants. The protesters hope to improve the lives of immigrants in the United States and want changes to be made to the recent immigration laws. Our CNN affiliate, Ken Molestini, has the report from the march.
They marched to the beat of their own drum, and as chants of USA were shouted, USA! USA! So were the famous words, Si se puede. Si se puede! Spanish for yes we can, a phrase that's become the battle cry for many Hispanic communities demanding immigration reform.
And among the crowds of demonstrators who showed up here today were many who were also marching here back in 2006. They say 11 years ago, the main difference was the tone of the political climate in this country.
It's getting worse for immigrants.
Eduardo Murillo came to the U.S. from Mexico 22 years ago. He was at the 2006 Mega March in Dallas and came back out again today because he doesn't believe his new country, the U.S., has done enough in the way of immigration reform.
And that's why we're here again. We're going to keep fighting until we get it done.
Jose Gonzalez also marched for the same cause today as well as 11 years ago.
¿Qué espera usted que salga de esta marcha? What do you hope comes out of this march?
He says he's hoping some good can finally come in the way of new immigration policy. Among the crowds, we found a small group of counter-demonstrators who came out.
America is not America if it has no borders.
To say the U.S. needs stronger immigration laws, not more lenient ones. But even among differing thoughts, there were those pushing a message of understanding.
Hopefully unity, hopefully everybody gets on the same page.
In Dallas, Ken Molestina, CBS 11 News.
There are a few arrests at the march and very few Trump supporters gathered nearby the march. The search continues for Joseph Jakubowski, a Wisconsin native who wrote a 161-page manifesto regarding his plans to assassinate Trump. Our CNN affiliate reports.
I just want this to end. I want to feel safe in my home again.
Jessie Efer says she feels uneasy in her own neighborhood since police started searching for Joseph Jakubowski.
My boyfriend called me and said, "Did you see that they did, that there was a SWAT team right by your house?"
The Rock County Sheriff's Office is ramping up their efforts as the manhunt for the fugitive continues. The search is now in its fourth day, and Commander Troy Knudsen says they are widening their search.
We've reached out to all of the surrounding law enforcement.
Knudsen says as long as Jakubowski is still on the loose, he is still considered a threat. The guns taken from that gun store have not been recovered, so he is considered armed and dangerous, and that has many in the community concerned.
I started kind of having a panic attack, and I couldn't sleep last night because just knowing that he could possibly be like right in my area where my daughter lives.
And I started getting calls from parents, worried about should I send my kids to school tomorrow.
Investigators are following up on more than 200 tips.
As of this morning, we had 220. We continue to receive tips throughout the day.
One of those tips led them to a man loading a gun into the trunk of his car not far from a local church.
As a result, they called us, and we sent an appropriate response to that, along with a tactical element to get to the bottom of what exactly was going on there.
However, that lead turned out to be unsubstantiated.
It turned out in this case that the subject was simply going out target shooting.
Over the weekend, some of the toughest students on campus participated in the Strongest Eagle competition. Over the weekend, designed after the world's strongest man competition, the Strongest Eagle competition tested students' physical strength and endurance. Weightlifting and tire flipping were two of the main events, and if you thought it was an all-male sporting event, you were incorrect. Some of the strongest women on campus participated in the event, and some outperformed the male participants. The purpose of declaring the Strongest Eagle was to promote exercising and a healthy lifestyle. Miranda Price took home the win for the women and Jeff Winslet for the men. The stats of the competition will be uploaded to Georgia Southern's CRI website later this week. It was a tiring but fun experience, but participants, and if you're considering competing in the next year's competition, I suggest you start training now. All right, with finals just around the corner, students are in need of a night of relaxation. The monthly Unplugged event brought a relaxing and entertaining atmosphere to campus last week. Our own Harley Strickland has the story.
It's that time of year again. The weather is warming up, summer is near, and backyard barbecues are firing up. The University Programming Board brought the backyard barbecue to campus during the monthly Unplugged event.
It not only gives them a chance to perform, any talent is welcome, but it also gives other students who maybe don't have a talent to come out and support their friends, enjoy some free food, get to know each other.
While students danced, many feasted on the tasty food of hot dogs, chips, sodas, and ice cream. The barbecue is the last Unplugged event for the spring. The next event will be in the fall. If you're interested in participating, you can register through My Involvement or at the door when you come in. The University Programming Board encourages students to follow their Facebook page for other upcoming events throughout the rest of the semester. UPB events are free and open to the public. Students, remember when attending, please bring your valid Eagle IDs. Back to you, Chris.
Thanks, Harley. And that's all we have here today on Eagle News. I'm your anchor, Chris Smith. Tune in next Monday evening.